Hi, I'm not a spokesman for New York State, and you'll need to, double check this for your own information. But as of January 3rd, 2023, this information is accurate. In order to get your medical marijuana card in New York State, you must have valid ID. So you can't have expired license or even your old medical marijuana card that's expired with your picture. They need a picture ID, and it has to be valid. So make sure you do all that first. And then you can do it online. You can find doctors online and all that. They charge anywhere between $100 and $200 for this. And then you still have to go through New York State Department of Health website, my.newyork.gov. And through that, you can apply for your medical marijuana license, but you have to have the certificate number from the doctor who's prescribing it. And you also need to have valid ID. So, and that also has a fee. I think it's $25 or $50, something like that. But the good news for New York State people who like to grow their own medicine, like cannabis, CBD, THC, you can now grow. If you have a medical marijuana card in New York State, you do not need a permit to grow your personal grow. You can grow up to 6 plants in New York State. Other states are more liberal. Definitely Maine, I think, has the highest number you can grow, I think, is 12 or 16. And there are different stages, I guess. But in New York, you can only have 3 in the seedling veg stage and 3 in bloom stage or flower stage. And that's it. But you don't need a permit to do that, because that's what I was looking into yesterday. And that's how I got all this information for myself, and I thought I would share it with you, because other people are probably wondering. Also, Veri charges $200, and it looks like you're only paying $49.95 or whatever, but they actually charge you that every month for 4 months. Just so you know, that's the one that covers most of the New England, northeastern states. There are other options. One I found was fadeMD. They charge, I believe, $100 to do theirs. They do it online with a medical professional who they do. In New York State, they no longer have a list of conditions you have to have in order to qualify for your medical marijuana card. And yet, at the same time, you still have to go to a doctor and have it prescribed. So that doesn't make sense, right? And so anyway, at this fadeMD, they do have a list of 20 conditions or whatever that you could choose, and some of them are as simple as just nausea. That's it. That's all it says, nausea. Or anxiety, depression. Obviously seizures and AIDS and cancer and all that, but also irritable bowel syndrome. That was what I first got my card for, TMI probably, but that's what I first got my medical marijuana card, because back in the beginning, I think it was 2019, they only had 8 choices for your medical marijuana card in New York State, and you had to qualify under 8 diagnoses. And actually, along with cancer and AIDS and all these, the big ones that you would expect to be there, was IBS. And I was like, haha, I have that. I did chemo 23 years ago, but haha, I have that. I could qualify. But now I could qualify for 10 of them because it's so generalized. So anybody who's been afraid to go get your medical marijuana card because you didn't think you'd qualify, or you didn't think you could afford the Berry Hill or the other options, I did have a visit with a fadeMD person. She was in her car talking to me.
So, you know, but because my driver's license is actually 5 months expired, I wasn't able to do it. I have to get my license renewed or get a regular ID. I think I'll just get my driver's license renewed even though I don't have a vehicle. It's just easier. And then I'll worry about doing the rest next month. But it is awesome to know that you do not need an extra permit to grow your own medicine in New York State. Alright, I hope this helps the rest of you growing your own CBD, THC, and whatever other entheogenic plants that you may be growing. Not sure if those are legal, like, you know, psychedelics or anything yet in New York, but I'm sure it's coming. Alright, have a great weekend.